welcome to this week's live batch cooking club class. I'm Stephanie Dreyer, a plant-based meal planning expert and the founder of Batch Cooking Club, which is a weekly plant-based meal prep membership to make mealtime easier. And we are here every week sharing one of the recipes from our weekly plans. And today I have a very yummy treat for you. We are making garlic Parmesan fries. I've already got the fries cooking in the oven. Smells delicious in here, and they've got a few more minutes we want them to get really golden and crispy. But the secret to these fries is two very special ingredients, which I'm going to walk you through right now. But before we get started, I want to shout out and to any of our members who are watching and say thank you so much. We appreciate you and love you, and any members watching in the replay, shout out to you as well. I have actually a really special thing I'm doing this month that I wanted to shout out to before I get started. I am supporting, it's Children's Cancer Awareness Month all throughout September, and I've chosen to support an organization called Starlight Children's Foundation, which is a 501c3 organization that's dedicated to delivering happiness to hospitalized, very seriously ill children and their families. Since 1982, they've helped millions and millions of children all over the country through their innovative and groundbreaking programs. And so for every Batch Cooking Club membership I sell this month, I'm donating $5 to Starlight Children's Foundation. And each membership is just $10. So it's an amazing fundraiser with benefits, if I do say so myself. I keep saying it's a fundraiser with meal prep benefits, because you get our weekly plan. So you get, for a month, you're going to get a weekly plan with 4 recipes. Every week we give you a menu with 4 recipes, a prep plan to get it done, and a grocery list, plus our live Facebook group. So much great stuff. So if you're interested in that, head over to batchcookingclub.com. There's tons of info on it. You can join right there again. You can try it out for the month. If it's not the right thing for you, you can cancel before your future charges are incurred. So it's really a win-win. You can donate and help a wonderful cause and get some meal prep help, because we're all doing a lot of cooking right now, I think, and could use a little help. So anyway, there's my spiel. Let's get on to the cooking. So we are making these garlic Parmesan fries. The secret, I think we may have mastered the perfect fry. You'll have to try them for yourself and see. But there are 2 really yummy DIY ingredients. First is a homemade garlic butter, which is just with some butter. I'm using Earth Balance, which is my favorite garlic. But I have a few butters actually. I really like Melts. I really like Miyoko's, but for something like this where I'm going to be melting it over fries and I want them to get real golden, I'm using just regular Earth Balance butter. I'm using unsalted actually. And I have 2 cloves of garlic in here minced, and a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. I want them really garlicky. Now, if you're not so hot on the garlic, you obviously can scale that back. You can just do the garlic, do maybe 1 clove. You can omit the garlic powder, but we're really going for garlic Parmesan fries here. Oh, and if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll do my best to get to them at the end. And if not, I always scroll through later and answer. You can always tag me. You can tag me, Vegan Mama, or you can tag Batch Cooking Club, and I will be happy to get to you. So we also have some Italian parsley. I have 2 tablespoons minced right here. And we're going to blend that all together and make our own garlic butter. Now, this is a DIY ingredient that I love to spread on garlic bread. You can throw it into pasta, just like boil some noodles and toss it. So this is really a nice staple that you can use in many ways. So we're going to just, this is softened a little bit, kind of softened. And I'm just going to use my fork to kind of mash everything together. I'm going to kind of mash, oh, it's perfect. It's been sitting out about half an hour, and it just came to room temperature. I have 4 tablespoons in here. I'm going to put in my garlic and my garlic powder. And you just want to kind of make, not like a paste, but you just want it to be blended. Because what we're going to do is we're going to toss the hot fries with this butter, and it'll all get melted and combined. So we're just going to, I'm just mashing the butter so it gets to be more creamy and whipped. I suppose you could also do this in a food processor, but I'm going old school and I like to do it by hand because it's quicker, and my little mini prep processor DIY ingredient. Now while I'm doing this, let me tell you what we're using these fries for. Clearly you can just use them as a a side with burgers, which we do have on this week's menu. We have guacamole, black bean burgers, excuse me, which are delicious. We always give you, for those of you new to Batch Cooking Club, we always give you 4 dinners. So that way you can build your meal plan. You have 4 meals you don't have to think about. We always encourage you to do a night for leftovers and a night for takeout. So really, you do that, you really only have to think about one night for another meal. And so we usually double batch one ingredient, at least one. Last week we did 2, so that was extra special. Sometimes we try to give you more bang for your batch, so you're doing less work and you're eating more. So this week we're making tempeh black bean burger patties, and we're using them in our guacamole black bean burgers, which are really yummy, loaded with barbecue sauce and guacamole. You can even do like pico de gallo, it's so delicious. And then we're also using those same patties in burger bowls, Batch Cooking Club's special sauce, layered on top of those with these fries and all of your traditional burger fixings like pickles and tomatoes and all the favorite things that you love. And basically it's like a burger salad with french fries and your patty, and it's really a yummy way to eat a burger in a different way. So those 2 things are on. So this is perfect. See, it's just all blended. You just want everything to be combined. So we're just gonna set that aside because we're gonna toss it with the fries as soon as they're done, which is in about a minute or so. And then we're gonna work on our Parmesan. So those are 2 of the recipes in this week's plan. We also had a green goddess pasta salad. We're using store-bought ravioli or tortellinis. You could use raviolis too, or you could use any pasta. We're tossing that with an oil-free green goddess dressing, some broccoli, some greens. Great way to get your kids to eat greens. Just put pasta in it and a yummy dressing, and there you go. And we also have our lovely white bean chili. It has a little salsa verde in it, some potatoes, some white beans, really delicious. And that's what's on the menu for this week. So I hope that sounds as delicious to you guys as it does to me. Okay, this is another staple. I call it cheesy Parmesan in quotes because it's not actually Parmesan, but it has that cheesy flavor, and my kids and husband go crazy for it. You can sprinkle this on popcorn. Again, you could sprinkle this on garlic bread. Spread the butter, then put this on top. You could sprinkle this in salads. It's got nutritional yeast, so it's got some great minerals in them. There's our timer for our fries, and I'm just gonna, so they've been cooking for 15 minutes. I flipped them, and then they were cooked another 15 minutes. So they've been cooking for 30 minutes now. We're gonna toss with the butter and the crumble, which I'm gonna make in a second, and then we bake them for another 5 minutes. We'll see if they need a little more. So you want them crispy and golden. So we'll see how they're doing. Ooh, it looks good. Oh yeah, these are like, I think I've nailed the perfect fry, you guys. I don't want to toot my own horn, but the kids are gonna be really excited. They're upstairs doing homeschool, right, or distance learning school. I think they're gonna be pretty excited when they smell these as a little midday snack. Okay, so let me put those there for a second and finish our Parmesan. So again, you can use this in salads, you can put it on garlic bread, you can put it on popcorn, you can put it on nuts, you could roast nuts and sprinkle some. So many ways to use this, so you're welcome. I gave you 3 recipes today, 2 staples to keep in your repertoire. Okay, so we've got a ½ cup of cashews. Now, if you are nut allergy, this is great with sunflower seeds. So use sunflower seeds, super delicious. I've got 1 garlic clove and some salt. I have a ½ teaspoon of salt in here. And then I've got 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. If you don't know what nutritional yeast is, it's not like yeast that you put in bread, completely different. This is a really power, vitamin, mineral impact. I mean, it is a kind of yeast, but it's not the yeast that you're thinking of. And it has a nutty, cheesy flavor. You can add it to sauces and soups, and it's just, I love it straight, sprinkled in bowls and popcorn and all that good stuff. Okay, so I'm just putting this in my little mini prep, which I love, by the way. It's like my new favorite toy. And I gotta do it this way. Sorry, you can't, not good for the camera angle. Okay, here, maybe I can do it this way. Oh, I can. Okay, so sorry, that's loud. Sorry, kids. Okay, so see how it's just a crumble. That's all you wanted, is to get like a crumble. That's it. So it takes no time at all, and that's done. I mean, how great is that? You can have a staple like that ready in minutes. I always make a big batch of this when I'm making it and store it in the refrigerator, FYI. Okay, now the fun part. We're going to toss our fries. I'm just gonna kind of divide this in half so that I give everybody equal butter, equal opportunity for my butter. Okay, all of our recipes, you guys, I mentioned the nut-free option. All of our recipes always include, I don't wanna waste that good butter there. Every recipe includes options, alternatives for nut-free, soy-free, gluten-free, and oil-free diets. So we give you options to do, so you never have to worry about that if you have allergens. And so I'm just gonna toss this, you guys, with the hot fries so that it melts very gently. And then we'll sprinkle the parm on. All of our recipes come with an ingredient substitution guide. Every week we update this document, and it basically has an option, an alternative, at least one. Usually there's more than one for every ingredient, every recipe. So say you don't like parsley, we'll give you another thing you can put in there. If you don't like broccoli, we've got an alternative. So in that Green Goddess pasta salad I told you about, if you don't like broccoli, we've got alternatives you can toss instead. So you really don't have to worry about picky eaters. You don't have to worry about not having an ingredient on hand, because I know it's been hard to find everything we normally want to cook with when we want it these days. So we try to make it really easy and foolproof for you so that, like I said, it's really easy. And then every plan also includes a batch cooking plan. So on the weekend, you can take our recipes and batch cook ahead of time some of the components. So when you go to make these burger bowls later in the week, everything's done. So for example, those tempeh black bean patties I mentioned, you're gonna batch cook those on the weekend. You're not gonna make them during the week. So that way when you go to make your burgers or your burger bowls, that's already done. So you have dinner ready in about 20 to 30 minutes based on whatever else you're making. If you're making these fries, it's in about 30 minutes. So I'm very gently, I want to emphasize, very gently tossing my fries. It's very important at this stage that they are crispy. If they're still falling up, like, you know, they're still kind of raw, then they will be flaking all over the place. But you can see these are not doing that. See, there's one that's, you don't want them like that. That's just one outlier. I'm gonna forgive myself for that one. The rest look pretty good. So I am just tossing this to get this fully melted, because you want them thoroughly coated and melted and gooey, yummy all over. Do we have any questions while I'm tossing? Okay, so we're almost done here. And then we're gonna sprinkle the Parmesan on. And like I said, we're just gonna put it in for another 5 minutes, depending on your oven. You might need to go longer. You just want them golden and crispy. Let's see, what else can I tell you? I already told you about my awesome fundraiser that I'm super excited about. Well, come join us over, we're here on Facebook right now, but if you haven't followed us over on Instagram, come and join us over there too, because we do lots of fun content and things over there too. I'm going to take out this blade because I know myself it's going to fall on my hands. I'm kind of known for being klutzy. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of do half. Does that look like that? And don't worry if you have, like I said, I made a bunch here. I'm just going to use it all up. You can do as much as you want, because you know what, when you go to eat them, you can just scoop them up. And like I said, you're using these for your burger bowls, so like this can even get, the crumble can get scooped into your burger bowl, and it will make it even that much more delicious. So I'm just, again, just trying to coat them. That butter's gonna get, you know, help a little bit. Don't worry if it's not fully sticking on there. It'll still be delicious. It'll still get the flavor in there. Do the best you can. And oh, a note I should mention about these. There's 4 potatoes in here, 4 russet potatoes. I left the skin on. I just scrubbed them really well clean. You could peel them if you want. I find I like the peel on. It has all those vitamins and stuff in it. But what I wanted to make sure you see, that I have 2 pans here, and this is evenly, they're not on top of each other. You want these guys spread out or they don't cook well, right? They're not gonna get crispy and crunchy if they're on top of each other. So don't worry, take the extra pan. It's worth the extra washing of the dishes that you need to do, because you want these to be so crispy. All right, I'm gonna put these in for 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna talk to you a little bit more about, I don't know, we'll talk about life. And I've got Jag right in the wing here. I don't want to hit my dog Jag. I don't know if you can see him. Okay, so I'm gonna put this back in. I know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk to you about the prep plan for this week because it's pretty young. So I mentioned, let's put our timer on so I don't start talking and lose track of time. Okay, 5 minutes. So the prep plan, so I mentioned the 4 recipes that we're cooking. Again, it's those black bean guacamole burgers, the burger special sauce bowls with garlic Parmesan fries, the green goddess pasta salad with oil-free green goddess dressing, and the white bean chili. So those are your recipes for dinner this week. Then though, on the weekend, we usually say batch cook Sunday, but you batch cook whenever it's good for you, obviously. We're gonna cook a few things to make those 4 meals come together really quickly and easily during the week. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make that chili. That, you're welcome, is a great recipe. You'll eat it for dinner, but you'll also eat it for lunch throughout the week. There's plenty for leftovers. I think it serves like 8. So I don't know a lot of families who have 8 people, so it's gonna be dinner and lunch for you throughout the week. You're also gonna make this black bean tempeh patties, and you're gonna make the burger sauce. There's a special sauce for the burger bowl. You're gonna make your salad dressing, the oil-free salad dressing as well. You could make these guys ahead of time, but I'm telling you, they taste best fresh out of the oven. So I would not make those ahead of time unless you really have to. You're gonna make them ahead of time, store them in an airtight container, reheat them in the oven, low 200 degrees for about 10 minutes and to bring them to life again. So that, and what we do with our batch cooking plans, we're always making sure you are working. So you're not just standing around like right now, you're actually always efficient and you're in and out usually in an hour and a half or less. The most 2 hours our plans have gone, but typically they're around an hour and a half. And so the way we do that is we get you roasting anything that needs to go in the oven or needs to marinate first. We have you do that first. Then we organize you to do whatever you need to saute or cook on the stove top next. And last, all of your counter work is going while you're roasting and you're simmering over there. We've got you doing your salad dressings and blending and mixing and all of that stuff. So we think it out for you so you don't have to do the thinking, and we have it timed for you. We tell you what ingredients obviously, but also what tools you need, any special equipment like a food processor, etc. So we really try to make it as simple as possible. So that's my little spiel for you. My goal is to make it easy for you to sit down to dinner and to enjoy cooking dinner again. I know so many of us are cooking more than usual, overwhelmed with juggling homeschool. My kids are upstairs doing school and juggling work, and I don't know about you, but since I was really kind of in my happy bliss place last month, well, it was birthday month, so I'm always a little happy blissful in August, but September always hits me hard because even though we're distance learning, I don't know about you, but I have had a cajillion meetings on Zoom every week for each of my kids' schools. Religious school starting up, I have meetings for that. We have volunteer organizations we're in, there's meetings coming up for that. There's so many things that have flooded my calendar on top of work that it gets overwhelming. So you're trying to figure out, how do I make dinner? How do I fit this in? This is a way you can do it. We're gonna help you. We're gonna give you the prep plan. We're gonna help you set out when to go to the store, when to do your grocery shopping, we help you with all of that in this plan. And that's what our private Facebook group is. When you become a member, there's a lot of support there. I'm in there, actually, I'm gonna pop in there right after this. I always pop in right after our live and just check in on people, answer questions. And I do weekly lives over at Veg Mama, that's my online home, over on Facebook and Instagram. So you can always connect with me there to get meal prep tips. So Veg Mama for me and Batch Cooking Club, I'm also over there too to connect on a bigger scale with our recipes and all that yummy stuff. So I hope you'll check us out over at batchcookingclub.com. I think these babies are ready. They smell good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, and I did put the salt in the parm, but I should mention when I put them in the oven, I toss them with just a tad of olive oil and a pinch of sea salt. So they roasted with that for that first half an hour. But if you taste these and you're like, I need a little bit extra salt, go for it. I kind of want to eat one, but they're super hot. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, I can't pick that up. Yeah, that's super hot. But what do you guys think? I'd love to hear. Try this recipe and tell me if I nailed the perfect fry, because I kind of was proud of myself. I have to say, when I hit it out of the park, when my kids and my husband, I know it's fries, so I really can't go wrong there. But when they're all like, Mom, these are good, I get really excited. Do we have a question?
We have a question from the state of Washington. Marcia would like to know, how have you used red potatoes in this? Have you used red potatoes in this recipe?
Well, first of all, shout out to Marcia. Thank you for tuning in. So appreciate you. She's one of our members. Shout out to her. I have not used red potatoes, but I don't see why not. I don't see why you couldn't use any potato with this. You also could use tater tots, you guys, in this recipe. I mean, any kind of potato will work, right? It's just potato, and I mean, I pretty much equal opportunity to all potatoes. So try out the red potatoes and let me know. Also, those little, you could do, you know what you're making me think of, Marcia? You could also kind of do like, what's it, like scallop potatoes minus all the sauce, but get those little like baby Yukons or the tricolor and slice them and roast them and toss them with this and then kind of serve that as a side. That would be really pretty. You could layer them in like a casserole or something. That would be, I'm just thinking when I think of red potatoes, I think of all those pretty colors. So yeah, go for it. Great suggestion. Any other questions? Nope? Okay, well, I want to thank everyone for watching. Again, we're here weekly. We're here today on Wednesday. Typically, we're here Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We post all of our classes over at batchcookingclub.com/classes, so you can see the schedule. You can also just go to Facebook. We have on the events tab, we always post the class for the week, so if you're not sure when it's going to be, you can check it out there. And we always post the replay at the Batch Cooking Club Facebook page, so you can always catch it later if you can't watch it live. So I hope you'll check it out. So grateful for you guys to watch. Again, connect with us over on Instagram too at Batch Cooking Club, and with me over at Big Mama. Are we all good? Is there a question there? Okay, no questions. All right, so thanks for watching. We will see you next week. Enjoy the fries.